long day at the office. But I knew what I wanted. I knew I was wrong. Me, a grown woman still running around like a schoolgirl.
Jaguars had got as far as the second round of the playoffs. We check how much further they could get this week on the road against the AFC favourites Denver. Also in the postseason of their fellow expansionist Carolina, who had another easy opponent for their playoff debut, the defending champions. With mud packs all round for Green Bay's game against San Francisco, we'll see who emerged from the Lambeau Field facial looking prettier. With a bit of luck and a stiff breeze, we'll just see who emerged from the Steelers-Patriots game. You know, back before the season started, you'd have got better odds out of a scratch card from the corner shop than a bet on either of the expansion teams winning the Super Bowl. The Panthers were 750,000 to 1, and they look like front runners next to the Jaguars, who were 1,000,000 to 1. Going into last weekend, though, Jacksonville and Carolina were each 2 games away from the Super Bowl, and the bookies were banking on the form book to help them out, because the Panthers were playing the defending champions Dallas, while the Jaguars were on the road in Denver.
We will not and cannot be denied. There's a clock for 60 minutes. 1, 2, 3, take!
Jaguars' refusal to give up has been a key factor in their 6-game winning streak. So has Mark Brunell, who's both rushed and passed for more yards than any other quarterback in the league. The missing piece in their offense, though, might have been Natron Means. Since he got into the starting lineup, Jacksonville have won 6 in a row, including their first ever playoff game against the Bills. For the second week in a row, though, they made it by the width of a goalpost.
Woo! Boy, high. We got a cool off.
Having tied up home field advantage back in November, the Broncos have been chilling for 5 weeks. The advantage is that quarterback John Elway enters the playoffs fully healthy. The worry is that they might have lost their edge. Not according to running back Terrell Davis, though, who says the team's determined to get Elway a ring before the great man retires.
Not only do we want to get this championship for ourselves, but I think we all would like to see John go out a Super Bowl champion.
Well, that's the view from the top of the AFC. The Broncos, not just with home field, but the home altitude at Mile High Stadium. We joined the game on their second possession from their own 49. They finally got on the board with a field goal at the start of the second quarter. And after a Broncos punt, they started to settle down on offense.
Well.
Quello che vuole, basta che fili.
The world of hooker show is constantly challenging.
But these days, my inspiration comes literally straight off the street.
The Wellington Commission was marvellous, and to allow full enjoyment of the velvety smooth dream of a pint, the fit had to be loose.
These are real clothes for real people to wear in the real world, really.
I suppose I just got used to the noise at work. Didn't really bother me. Now it's all I ever hear. I feel like I'm in a world of my own.
We're going for a pint. Come on, get your stuff together.
millions of people could have their health and their lives ruined by work. Employers could ease this unnecessary suffering by calling for a free HSE Good Health is Good Business Employer's Guide on 0345 181819.
Steady. Marvellous. 3 laps ahead.
You've got to get off to a good start, Henry. Take your finances. It pays to get a good team behind you. Like those Extra Life chaps. They see to it that you get more pounds working for you from day one. Not planning properly for the future can really hit you where it hurts. And we don't want to leave ourselves open to that, do we, Henry?
With more pounds working for you from day one, it's an equitable life, Henry.
The new Clio Versailles is a palace on wheels. From just $7,895 on the road, it has a tilt and slide sunroof, stereo radio cassette, and 1 year's free insurance. All is standard, and for just £50 extra, I bought this. Not bad, eh? Look at that. The new Clio Versailles. Good thinking, Renault.
Jacksonville Jaguars have upset Denver 30-27.
You know, you just keep fighting. You keep fighting, keep pressing on, and you know, things weren't looking pretty in the beginning, but we hung in there. We believed in ourselves. We've got a lot of confidence right now, and just a great bunch of guys.
We knew what was on the line. You know, we just came out. We played hard each week. You know, we fought, scraped claw for everything that we've gotten so far. You know, we just want to continue playing well and see how far we can take this thing.
Well, as Mile High Stadium emptied after the game, Jacksonville Municipal was just filling up, as the crowd who'd gathered to watch the action on the big screen were joined by thousands more. And at 1:30 in the morning, they got what they'd been waiting for as the team, straight off the plane from Denver, walked out of their second tunnel of the day.
It's a great credit to you and to our football team that this wonderful city of Jacksonville, Florida, will now be represented in just our second year in the American Football Conference Championship game.
This football team is going to give 100%, and we're going to do whatever it takes to win next week and the week after that. Thank you very much.
There's been a lot said about we were too young, we were too inexperienced, but we're in the AFC Championship game.
I'm going to tell you something. I played 4 years with the Pittsburgh Steelers, but they ain't got no fans like the ones we have here in Jacksonville. Nowhere. Jacksonville, do you believe in miracles?
The fans evidently did, and after the elation had subsided, they went on the offensive against those who hadn't, especially one Denver sports writer, Woody Page, who poured scorn on the team and the town before the game.
And to put that actually in print is a waste of space for what should be valuable sports line space. And with a byline of Woody, I don't think the guy has any room to talk.
Woody Page is a columnist, he's a commentator, he's a humorist. He wrote something that he thought was funny. You know, the people in Denver loved it the day it came out, and they're all saying, "Yeah, that boy Woody, go give him a big shot."
Yeah. Well, I guess
when you do that and your team loses, let's move right along. Wilt, good morning. You're on WNZF Sports Radio 930.
Hey, David.
What's on your mind, buddy?
Hey, I read the article of what Woody wrote in the paper on Saturday.
Woody Page of the Denver Post. Yeah.
Yeah. What did he have to say on Sunday?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. I'm so sorry. You know, I like the name Woody, particularly when it's on a restaurant like Woody's Barbecue. That's right.
And at the restaurant of the columnist of the controversy of the same name, the debate continued.
Oh, we love Woody Page. Really. Because if it wasn't for Woody Page, we might not have won that game. See, that pumped us up, see, when they start talking bad about us.
Woody Page, you don't know what you're talking about.
Come on, Woody. Come to Woody's, have some lunch, and we'll let you know about your ass.
While victory against the odds means vindication to the fans, for local business it's something more tangible, an extension of the merchandising season.
We've had a miracle season. The bounces of the football have gone our way, the plays have gone our way, certain events have taken place that really are almost supernatural to get us here. It suggests that, do we believe in miracles that we're going to the Super Bowl? And the answer is yes, we are going to the Super Bowl because we do believe in miracles.
One man who's been on the side of the Angels all along, a sort of anti-Woody, is local sports writer Mike Bianchi.
I wrote a column right before the Atlanta Falcons game, and that was the last game of the season. They had to win it to get into the playoffs. And I wrote a column saying basically, there's no way that these guys are going to lose this game because Dame Destiny. I had this fake interview with this woman. I called her Dame Destiny, and I said Dame Destiny is on the Jaguars' side. And sure enough, it come to the end of the game, they were going to lose the game, and Morton Anderson, one of the most accurate kickers in NFL history, he's the Falcons kicker, he misses a chip shot field goal, you know, and I look like a genius. Everybody's going, Bianchi's right, Dame Destiny's on their side, and I'm like thinking, wow.
Dame Destiny is possibly the only Jaguars personality not to be interviewed on local television this week. Mark Brunell, on the other hand, has hardly been off. As soon as the credits rolled on his own show on Monday night, he got up and walked to the set next door.
I think I want to join you. I'll be right over.
Hey, this doesn't happen everywhere, you know, and it doesn't happen all the time that a team in its second year goes to the AFC Championship game. I mean, there are teams that play for years and years and years and never go anywhere. This team has accomplished something pretty special, and I think the players know it, and I think that the fans are beginning to understand that it's an everyday occurrence.
These memories and these scenes of this past week with the fans are going to be, you know, something that I'll always remember. And that was one of the reasons I came to the city, was because of the fans and their enthusiasm. And that's something I'll always cherish as long as I live.
You know, all season Jacksonville have been Carolina's poor relations in the expansion stakes, just squeezing into the playoffs while the Panthers cruised through as division champs. But having a first-round bye and then playing a day later than Jacksonville in the second round, and the Panthers had seen the Jags win 2 playoff games before they'd even had a chance to win 1. Well, the opportunity finally presented itself in the shape of the Dallas Cowboys.
Wow.
Beautiful day. We're playing America's team. Carolina Panthers to show the pundits what football is all about. So, boom shakalaka, we beat it, Chief Rockets.
Fans in Carolina were evenly split between cheering for the defense and the prosecution. The defendant Super Bowl champions, though, looked good early on.
Picked off by Karen Woods and a diving interception.
On the Cowboys' second offensive play of the game, Lamar Latham dispensed some rough justice to Michael Irvin, driving him into the turf and out of the game with an injured collarbone. Dallas were held to a field goal off the turnover. Then Kerry Collins started making good use of 6'4" Willie Green, who's being covered by 5'11" Kevin Smith as he drove the Panthers to the Dallas 3-yard line.
And here's Collins. Pass a diving catch by Wesley Walls. Touchdown, Carolina.
On the Panthers' next drive, it was Collins to Green again with a pass that made Kevin Smith's job virtually impossible. That was 14-3 Carolina, but the Cowboys came back.
Aikman throws, Darren Johnston, who came down with the ball on the catch. Touchdown, Dallas.
The Panthers led by 6 at half-time, but that was cut to 3 in the third quarter when Winslow Oliver fumbled a punt return. The Cowboys kicked a field goal off the turnover. Time for Mr. Green to take his medication.
Here, what you got? Imlach. Wallet?
It was Kevin Green's partner, Lamar Latham, though, who had more success as the Panthers pounded Troy Aikman.
Aikman's back to throw, the blitz coming, he gets rid of it, down he goes. Rushed by Lamar Latham. Hit hard, he ducked his head.
3 times the Cowboys had the ball inside the 5-yard line, and 3 times the Panthers kept them out of the end zone. Late in the game, though, they were still only down by 6. The Carolina defense needed one more big play to seal the win.
Here's Aikman going deep. And the pass is intercepted. And Terrell comes up with the interception. And Terrell down the sideline, knocked out of bounds at the 19-yard line of Dallas. This place is going wild. This is what it's all about.
So the Panthers reached their first NFC title game in style. The Cowboys' X-rated run as Super Bowl champions is officially over.
I know what this team has going for it. It's evident. I mean, I don't know why everybody keeps wanting to hit us up this respect crap. I mean, we're 9-0 at our home stadium, okay? We're going into the championship game. We have a physical team. We can run the ball, we can stop the run, we can throw the run, and we can pick off passes. We can pressure the quarterback. I mean, this is a good team.
Our season is actually officially over now. And, you know, I don't have time. I'm not even going to try to contemplate what the future of the Dallas Cowboys look like. Right now, I just want to just take this loss, let it soak on in, take the abuse that we're going to take from the media, and go on about our business and get back in the weight room and get ready for next year. That's all I want to do.
There's a lot of things I think that this football team needs to do in order to get back to where it wants to be, and I could spend most of the evening talking about it, so I won't.
All right, Troy, thanks for coming to the press conference, though. Now then, after the break, we turn our attention to Packers past and present, and ask Marv Levy for his considered opinion of our sounds of the season.
That's a line of garbage.
Speaking of happiness, you never thought of mine. Mentioning loneliness, I feel lonely all the time. Ever since you went away, after swearing we would never part, there was nothing I could say. Who could talk with a broken heart? Speaking of happiness, why did it have to leave? Speaking of faithlessness, why couldn't we just believe? I love you so very much.
Ça c'est profond. It's profound. How easily a man can travel directly from the center of London to the very center of Paris or Brussels. The raindrop, as you notice, always follows the path of least resistance.
At this age, they seem so vulnerable, but you can't be with them all the time. But I'm not really that worried. Oh, bless her.
Strong, thick Domestos clings longer, so you can be sure that with its help, your family is safe from germs. Domestos kills all known germs dead.
You're late, you're late, you're late, you're late.
football player named Kendra Wecker.
She played quarterback, she played running back, wide receiver, she played everything. She was also the hiker.
She's the best I've ever seen.
When she gets that ball, she runs with it.
You got two choices. Play with her, play against her. Be quick, be
Someone once told her she plays like a girl.
So I said, thanks.
Never seen anything like it.
It's anybody's game.
Oh, in and out of the hands of the receiver. Now, the NFL isn't quite an equal opportunity employer yet, but they do let the girls play at half-time. So in front of a capacity crowd at the Steelers-Patriots game last weekend, Kendra Wecker justified her place in that NFL promo by winning the 13 and 14-year-old class of the NFL's National Punt, Pass and Kick competition. Her winning throw, by the way, was 46 yards and 5 inches, not bad. Now, before we get back to the action, news of yet another coaching casualty, because Bobby Ross has resigned in San Diego just 2 seasons after leading the Chargers to the Super Bowl. The reason for his departure, according to a statement, was that old favorite, philosophical differences with general manager Bobby Beathard. I don't think Ross will be unemployed for long, though. The Falcons, the Lions and the Rams are all said to be interested in speaking to him. Also being mentioned as possible head coaching candidates are Green Bay's offensive coordinator Sherman Lewis, San Francisco's defensive coordinator Pete Carroll. Now, NFL rules prevent teams from talking to them while they're still involved in the playoffs, but one of them had to be available by the end of the divisional round because they were playing each other.
Ow! 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 Ow!
The catch for the touchdown. Brett celebrates being able to put his waterproof back on, while Steve Young couldn't believe his ears, playing with ribs so sore he could barely move. 49ers signaled in a run. Not long after that painful-looking exercise, Young was running to the locker room, and Elvis Gerbach was in at quarterback for San Francisco. When Elvis wasn't being bothered for autographs by the Green Bay defense, though, he was being let down by his receivers. 21-0, and George Seifert, the only man in Wisconsin wearing sunglasses. But his team came back, jumping on a muff punt at the end of the first half, to make it 21-7 with this Terry Kirby catch. Then making their best tactical move of the day, kicking off for the second half while Desmond Howard was still in the locker room.
And the kick bounces past Beebe. And the chasing...
Oh, that's a huge play, boys!
...is down at the 2-yard...
Cross plies, ran away with the game.
Third down and goal, and Edgar Bennett loses the ball. There's a fumble. Antonio Freeman recovered the fumble for the Green Bay...
Green Bay, as you probably know, is the smallest city in America with a professional football team, a community of 100,000 with a stadium that holds 60. But unlike much bigger cities where the team dictates to its fans, here it's the other way round.
I think it's the most unique story in all of sports. We're owned basically in round numbers by about 1,800 stockholders who live literally throughout the world, and they own 4,600 shares of stock.
The situation came about when the Packers were short of cash in 1950. They offered shares at $25 apiece, and the fans responded, raising over $100,000 to keep the team afloat and turning it into a non-profit organization that's still 100% publicly owned.
We have not sold stock in the corporation since 1950. There's no dividend, there's no benefit, there's no season tickets. It was done strictly to keep a franchise that looked like it was going to fold up, to keep that franchise in existence so it could continue to play in the National Football League.
Before Tony Blair was even born, Green Bay was a stakeholder society, a whole town of team owners, people like dairy farmer Herman Reckelberg.
I transferred one to my daughter's name, and I have one, and I have it in my will that my son will get it after me, so I've been offered a great deal more for the opportunity for someone to buy it. But we can't sell it directly to these people. It has to be transferred back to the Packer office, and they in turn okay it to whatever person it's going to be going to.
Nonetheless, it's to Herman and 1,900 others like him that the Packers board is ultimately answerable. They meet annually with team officials and elect the 45-strong board of directors. 7 of those directors sit on the executive committee, which has been presided over for the last 9 years by Robert Harlem.
It's very different. I mean, we don't have barbecues that we have to attend. There aren't dog and pony shows that we have to show up at. Our purpose here is to run the football operation.
I have the best job from a coaching standpoint of anyone in this league. We don't have an owner who can at times be volatile or be upset about something.
What the Packers do have, though, is a waiting list for season tickets with 26,000 names on it.
If you would come into our ticket office today and ask to have your name placed on the waiting list, it's about 35 years. So we have people who bring in their newborn children with the hopes that when that child is 35 years of age, he or she has tickets to the game.
In fact, it's over 35 years since there's been a spare ticket on match day. The last time Lambeau Field failed to sell out was 1960, and since then, capacity has been nearly doubled.
We started out with a thought that we would build 24 private boxes, put together a marketing plan and a color brochure and go out and make speaking appearances and try to sell companies on the value of a private box. We announced on the radio at 9 o'clock in the morning that we were going to build the 24 boxes. By noon, they were leased.
The core of the Packers' support, though, is people like the Pigeon family, season ticket holders for 3 generations and unofficial team archivists.
And here is radio tapes of Packer games going back to the early 70s. These are all albums of Packer game action. I've been collecting newspapers on the Packer games since 1956. Here's Floyd Breezy Reed, played with the Packers in the 50s.
The Packer fans are very loyal because this is really the main thing in Green Bay. And they just love their Packers. They will never leave us. They'll always be with us.
In an era where team loyalty is guaranteed only for the length of the stadium lease, the Packers are the most stable organization in the NFL. Of course, part of that's due to the league's revenue-sharing policy, which provides teams like Green Bay in tiny television markets with a healthy slice of the millions the networks fork over every season. Of course, if they ever were in financial trouble, they could always ask the owners for help.
All they would have to do is to let the Packer fans know throughout the state of Wisconsin and the rest of the country that they're in financial trouble and need their support. And myself and the countless thousands of other Packer fans would pull out their checkbooks and ask how much.
In 1957, Green Bay made halfback Paul Hornung the #1 pick in the draft. It was under Vince Lombardi, who took over as coach 2 years later, that he realized his full potential. There was plenty of it to realize. Hornung was a real all-rounder with the arm strength to throw the halfback option pass that was much more common back then than it is now, and the speed and elusiveness that made him a dangerous receiver too. But Hornung didn't stop there. As well as running, passing and catching, he also kicked, which meant that he often provided the extra point for his own touchdowns. In 1960, he scored 176 points, which made him the most prolific scorer in history, and earned him a spot on quite a few people's fantasy football teams.
He certainly had very strong leadership qualities off the football field. Come on, Roy, quit laughing, man. Quit laughing. The broads that he brought in. The broads that he brought in, that's the name of the game. You do your job on the field, and if you're bad on the field, and you be bad off the field with the chicks, all right?
In 1963, though, Hornung's off-the-field activities got him into trouble when the league caught him gambling on games, including ones involving Green Bay. He was suspended for a year, and without him, the Packers failed to win the NFL championship, which was a rarity back then. Hornung won 5 championships in a 7-year span with the Packers, retiring after their first Super Bowl win. Fortunately for him, when he became eligible for the Hall of Fame, Hornung was remembered more for his sweeps than his Yankee doubles. He was voted in 1986, 15 years after his coach. Now then, this is it. Absolutely your last chance to be in New Orleans on January the 26th, along with the AFC and NFC champions. 2 tickets for the game in the Superdome, and the whole week running up to it to enjoy yourselves. And the weekly prizes just keep coming. This week's question concerns Super Bowl I, which took place 30 years ago this week, and we want to know who the Packers beat to win it. 0891 444 is the number as always, and here are your choices: the Chiefs, the Jets, and the Raiders. Last week we asked who lost twice to the Steelers in the Super Bowl, and the right answer was Dallas. Now, the league had a choice for this week's game at Lambeau Field. They could either rename it the NFC Mud Wrestling Championship or put down new turf, which is what they're going to do. So although they're at home, the Packers will actually be playing on a field from Maryland. All right, time now for the second half of the AFC Divisional round. The Steelers against the Patriots of Foxborough, where they had weather problems of their own. With Foxborough Stadium covered in thick fog, the Steelers came out in their camouflage away strip for the game. The weather didn't affect air traffic, at least not on the Patriots' first play.
And Bledsoe to put it up and goes deep on first down. Jerry Flynn. Curtis Martin, touchdown.
2 plays, 7 points. Although the Patriots' offensive efficiency dropped temporarily after that, it took 3 plays to set up their next touchdown, a Keith Byers catch and run.
Keith Byers able to run it in, 34 yards.
Must start here! Must start here!
The bus for new viewers is Steelers running back Jerome Bettis, who was already slowed by a groin pull. Once they'd stopped him, the Patriots went after Pittsburgh's quarterback, both of him. By the second quarter, New England were back to maximum efficiency on offense with a 1-play, 78-yard drive.
Curtis Martin inside the 30, inside the 15, touchdown.
All Pittsburgh had to show at halftime was a field goal. Whatever adjustments they made at the break made no difference. When they stuffed the running lanes, the Patriots passed. When they rushed the passer, Curtis Martin made them pay.
Curtis Martin in for his third touchdown.
They beat our ass. Y'all probably all unemployed.
As are the Steelers starting now. New England will host their first ever AFC Championship game. And for that, they can thank their opponents Jacksonville, who handed them the home field advantage by beating the top seeds Denver. One of those two will be representing the AFC in the Super Bowl against either the Panthers or the Packers, who will meet on what passes for the field part of Lambeau Field in the NFC Championship game. After a rest week to wash off the mud, the respective conference champions will meet in New Orleans for the Super Bowl on January the 26th. And this Sunday, we'll find out who it's going to be. Our championship coverage will start at 11 p.m. with the AFC game between the Jaguars and the Patriots in its entirety. And we'll also have highlights from the NFC game between Green Bay and Carolina. Blitz will be back next Saturday morning at 11 to wrap the whole thing up and preview the Super Bowl. Of course, you're always welcome to get in touch via the internet. We're going to go out this week with the end product of a few well-placed microphones in some of this season's games.
What would you rather be than right here, right now? Yeah, baby, the Bills!
Care for margarita?
One, two, three, Rivers. Woo! Let me hear that quarterback shiver. Big buck, big play. Ooh, Lord. Oh, I gotta be a little crazy to play this game.
Don't hit me too hard. You gotta talk to them like that sometimes. They get crazy.
I don't know, but they look bigger than we do.
It'll be ugly today.
Well, you never know. You gotta play in all weather. What the heck? Yeah.
I know, you always want to play two, but which way you want to pin, assuming they want to kick? We're going to kick that way. We're going to defend our score.
All right, Romanowski! What counts is what we do today.
It ain't nothing about teams and ideas. It's about in your heart.
It's about respect. You're acting like a bunch of crazy dogs.
It's about respect.
Work together now. Be smart. Play smart. Don't play scared.
You do your part for 60 minutes. Let's get after this. 60 minutes on 3. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 60 minutes.
Oh, you only number 4. That's what I think about y'all. Just a little rusty, that's all. of us in there.
And I don't want to see any more damn mental errors.
It is a 5-yard.
You don't like this, you stand up right now and you let me know. This is bull. I mean bull. You're supposed to be a damn pro, man. That ain't pro football. Where's your damn competitive spirit?
Oh, no!
No way!
Anything but a penalty.
That's a lot of garbage.
You can't drink our water, man.
That's the great thing about this game. We got another chance in this game.
We got to score, baby. We got to score. We got to score.
Okay, let's go, guys. We're going to knock their ass off.
Come on now. Knock them out. Knock them out.
All right, bust your mouth now.
Need a little time on this now.
Watch the blitz. Zoom. Pass. 57. Slow. Deep. Flex. On 2. Ready?
Blue 85! Hell, 20! Blue 50!
Hey, we're gonna have so many game balls. I mean, we may not have enough players for all the game balls we're gonna be getting. On 3, we're gonna say Dolphins, all right? On 3. 1, 2, 3. Stupid.
Gary, oh, baby. That was a great one today. All I know is this. We're one step away, baby. Let's all unite to get that done. Everybody, bring it up. Here we go. Everybody, bring it up right here. Bring the real deal. Now, let's get a team now. 1, 2, 3. Hey, hold on.
The truth, it's already here.
Truth has a price. You just have to decide if you're willing to pay it.
I don't know who your friends are, but Air Forces out there far more powerful.
You never know when to quit.
For serving my country. Okay, would someone mind tell me how that damn thing got inside him?
Dark skies are upon us from Monday at 9 on 4.
She may do a great impression of a vacuum cleaner, but is it art? The voiceover queen has a king-size dilemma in this short drama next on 4.
We are losers. We are proud. We await the second chance.
Last Chance Lottery, coming 25th of January on 4.
I used to live and breathe for my work. The social life. The job. I loved it all. It all seems so long ago now.
Millions of people could have their health and their lives ruined by work.
You all right, mate?
Employers could ease this unnecessary suffering by calling for a free HSE Good Health is Good Business Employer's Guide on 0345 181819.
Quello che vuole, basta che tiri.
Deutsche Ingenieure
stellen tolle Reifen her. Aber miese Dachterrassen. Continental Tires, German engineering where you need it most on a car.
How does talent like this develop into this without falling victim to a fickle public and a demanding profession?
They feel their parents in some way have stolen their childhood from them.
I knew what my destiny was from day one.
Naked Classics and the Child Prodigy, Sunday at 7:30 on 4.